Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs as they play against the Washington Wizards. Along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Now, one more great treat for you folks. Joining us on our broadcast is Shams Charania. Shams, so great to have you with us. Thanks for taking the time to take a seat and join us here courtside.
Star-studded group, the pleasure is all mine. I appreciate you guys so very much for having me aboard.
Look at the smile on Brent Barry's face. He is thrilled to have you here courtside with us.
Absolutely. Super excited about it.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Spurs. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum.
And you know, for the Spurs, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game.
And now Washington's starting group. Poole and Kispert are the guard set. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Bey in at the small forward. And for San Antonio, Zohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Chris Paul is out there with Slim, and it's Johnson in at the 3.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's San Antonio. And despite having a generational talent in Wembanyama, Shams, the Spurs never skipping steps. They've got great detail to everything they do.
The Spurs draft and develop, that has been their calling card. San Antonio may not be a big free agent destination and magnet, but who knows, with Victor Wembanyama there, they are going to have the ability to attract players and potentially go after players in trades. They have a ton of capital assets, draft picks that they can trade. And Victor Wembanyama has the ability to be a generational star, like you said, Kevin, and players will eventually want to be there.
Quickly, can you even go back to a time when they've added Wembanyama, they've added Lively in Dallas, the Thunder's Chet Holmgren, what he did as a rookie? These young bigs have been sensational to watch. The size that the league has added has been off the charts.
And the center position might just be back, but let's look at that 2023 NBA draft. Let's revisit that in 5 to 6 years. That could be a draft that eventually will be regarded among the very best.
Kispert finds Bey. Valanciunas with a screen on Paul. Poole, no good. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. The question for them right now, can they maintain this winning streak? They've notched 11 in a row.
It's been impressive, and the question now really is, who's going to figure out a way to stop this crew? Each time out, they're finding new ways to win. That is dangerous for your opponent. Really, a myriad of ways in which they're coming at you.
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Greg Popovich.
We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Okay, David, thanks. Here is Slim. He had 15 points last outing. Pass to Paul. 5 on the clock. The shot. Rebounded by the Wizards. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
Yeah, faced off twice last season, and it was a split between the two teams.
Yeah, they matched up very evenly, and that's not a compliment to either side. Last season was a struggle for both squads, and now they're each looking to turn the corner. Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Kuzma outside. And it's good, 2 points.
Look, Kuzma will get inside there and bang around, and he's going to take it down.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Spurs. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
Well, expansion is coming, Shams. Is the league ready, in your estimation, for some more cities and new teams?
The NBA seems to be ready. I think I'm ready. Kevin, are you ready? Because the last expansion was, what, 20 years ago? That's the longest wait for this league since it began. And so I think Adam Silver and this league are going to take their time and really figure out exactly where they want to expand to. But the question is, Kevin, are you ready?
I am always ready. I know the league is looking even overseas or even maybe south of the border for a possible new entrant. But the league has got so much talent on the bottom half of the...
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Spurs leading by 5. Here is Slim, and Corey Kispert is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. We know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason, but I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. Sarr out there with Marvin Bagley. Then it's Sadiq Bey. Then it's George. And it's Carrington in at the point. That free throw good from Bey.
Utility guys like Sadiq Bey can be very valuable assets. He really makes the effort to give you a little bit of everything out there and try to make a difference.
Bey hits them both. Vassell with it. Barnes outside, inside. Here is Slim, defended by George. Slim passes to Wembanyama. Another shot. Oh, too easy for Wembanyama.
And few defenders to ever play in this league have the ability to slow Wembanyama inside.
Pass to Bagley. All the way to CBA, introducing the second apron, limiting Shams what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, and all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax, it's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron, and that certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum, and we're seeing that happen to at least one or two teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Wizards trail by 4. To the left wing. Vassell grabs the board.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. And when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Wow. Sarr sets the screen for Bay. Off target with the open look.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming. As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Here's Carrington. He has 5. In close, and the rejection by Wembanyama.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going. Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Pass to Bagley. When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys on the floor.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Here is Slim. 10 points for him. Wembanyama left side, and the shot goes down. Wembanyama's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, great decision there. Get it to Wembanyama and let Victor finish as the roller.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Wembanyama. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Harrison Barnes. Johnson's checked in for Devin Vassell. And it's Paul in for Castle. Kispert finds Poole. Kuzma outside. Over Sohan. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from Kuzma. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want. But there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. And so it looks like the Wizards will retain possession here. Here's Bay. 5 points in the game. Shoots.
And this has really become a struggle for them. Their shots aren't dropping, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. They need to put everything they have into getting high percentage shots.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. The Wizards are trying to stay motivated through their rebuild. Kyle Kuzma says you have to change your approach a little bit. And it's like, what do you do it for? For me, it's about development every single day. Take care of your body, work hard, watch film, be studious, and find beauty in the struggle. Kevin?
And like you said, David, making it work every single day. Great approach. Shams, it's been fun. And you know what? It's been too short. So you got to promise you're going to come back and give us some more inside information on the NBA. We have loved every second having you here courtside with us tonight.
Sorry I was not able to break any big news on air this time, but you know what? My phone's ringing, so maybe next time.
Well, let me look at your phone. Wait a minute. Hold on. That is big news! Holy cow! Come back sooner than later, okay?
Thank you.
So great to have Shams stop by. You can see his passion for the game in every word he says.
You can't work as hard as Shams does without having a passion for the NBA. It's not easy to be that plugged in.
The Spurs making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. 6 to shoot. And so we conclude the first half. It's the Spurs. They lead by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. 32.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good for the San Antonio Spurs.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a whole other half to go, but the way they're winning this makes them the heavy favorite now. And guys, let's take a moment to recognize the top performer for each squad thus far.
These 2 guys, we thought they'd bring it tonight. It has been brought, playing with no fear.
Can't forget about your teammates, though. Got to keep them involved, too.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game, Kevin Harlan and crew, with the second half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Slim having a dominant impact in this game.
It's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Brent, one thing we've seen these days, three-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not? That's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Slim is out there with Paul, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. That's the San Antonio 5. Paul looking around. Wembanyama, a screen on Poole. Chris Paul, and that's good. Paul's got the lead up to 12 now for San Antonio.
Yeah, and CP3 feeling confident right now. Got to respect him the next time if you're defending it.
Johnson against Bay. Back to Poole. And it's Kispert in the corner. And the 3-ball is good. Kispert's got 12 points in the game.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitors.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
The size, reach, the bucket is right there for Victor inside.
Pass to Valanciunas. Now here's Kispert. Trying to find Bay and gets it to him. And here's Valanciunas. And here's Bay. He has 5. Rebound by Sohan.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Down low. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 14 points for him.
How about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Well, it's no secret this Washington team is in a rebuilding phase. But Brent, they've collected some assets.
Yeah, they got some flexibility here, Kevin, and they made the call to start over. They took some other players that other teams didn't want, along with some draft picks, which sometimes you have to do when you're bottoming out. They have a good toolbox to rebuild them.
A 3 from Wembanyama, and they recover it. Slim passes to Wembanyama. Here is Slim. He's got 14. Floats it up for Wembanyama. Poole with the steal. Here's Bay. That's tipped.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Poole up top, defended by Paul. Out to the wing. Kispert wide open. He fires. Connects from three-point range. Kispert's got 15.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kuzma outside. Bay against Johnson. It's deflected. Here is Slim. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Bay. Back to Poole. Over Paul. Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Poole.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Slim passes to Wembanyama, and the shot is good. 8 points for him.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Valanciunas in the high post. Wembanyama on him. Just 4 to shoot. Poole kicks to Kispert. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Pass to Slim. Here's Wembanyama. Oh, there's the strength training. Wembanyama.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Zach Collins checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Barnes comes in for Sohan. Vassell, he's checked in for Keldon Johnson. And Jones subbed in for Paul. Kuzma outside. To the middle. And stolen by Vassell. One-on-one fast break. Here's Slim. Look at that.
Going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
And it's good off the back rim and in. Vassell's got his third bucket of the night.
They haven't relied on him as much as usual, but when his number has been called, he shot well enough to help them earn the lead.
Pass to Kuzma. Valanciunas with a screen on Vassell. Stolen by Collins. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, that's up there. Harrison Barnes with momentum rises up, and that's a highlight.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the third. Valanciunas with a screen on Jones. Now here's Valanciunas. Sarr with it. Here's Carrington. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 3. They could use a bucket. And another miss by Washington.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
They've been playing some really physical offense, just attacking the paint as much as possible. And I tell you what, they have been very successful with that strategy.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight at converting on those chances.
No good on that one. You know, Greg, with a combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Marvin Bagley's checked in for the Wizards. Davis comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Good on the second free throw. So, Greg, the Spurs last year began 15-56, but it was the ending that they're really hanging their head on. They won 7 of their last 11 games.
And over that closing stretch, Wemby averaged 27 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists, and 5 blocks. A small glimpse into the potential of this young superstar.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's ready to talk things through with the team. San Antonio making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You take a look at the Pacers. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now, the Spurs, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Outside, Davis. Teams changing it up here.
Here's this thing out.
Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Marvin Bagley. He's out there with Shaw. Davis is out there with George. And it's Carrington in at the point guard position. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Pass to George. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Pass to Shaw. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Carrington. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Carrington's got 7 now in this quarter. And it's Paul with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Wembanyama. Vassell outside. Rebound by the Wizards.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And Sarr throws it down.
How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Vassell. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Here's Carrington. Pass to Bagley. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result.
Vassell, no good. Wizards trail by 19. Pass to Carrington. Outside, George. Here's Carrington. And Washington again with the bucket.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Paul passes to Vassell. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Wembanyama, right side. To the inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to go on Johnny Davis.
Oh, how about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Vassell. A free throw off from Slim. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
And Brent, talking about Saddiq Bey, he's the type of player that every team covets.
Well, you think about Saddiq Bey and where it is that he came from culturally in college, and this is a guy at his size and with his ability, you can plug in and play and know you're going to get genuine effort on a nightly basis.
First free throw is good. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow them.
Bey hits them both.
Yeah, Saddiq Bey has so many intriguing parts about his game. If he can remain a consistent three-point shooter, he's going to do some damage in this league.
Ball passes to Slim. From the baseline. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And another miss by Washington. Spurs leading by 17. Ball finds Wembanyama to the paint. Sweet move. Slim, no good. Wizards have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Kuzma outside. Valanciunas sets a screen for Kuzma. The Wizards with another miss. San Antonio's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Ball outside. Out to the right wing. Johnson, a wide open look. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Washington calls timeout. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Vassell, he's checked in for San Antonio. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
Right, MP. They can't stop you. They talk the talk, but you walk the walk.